Well, nearly half of all people who die in the U.S. are now cremated.
Many of those ashes are either scattered or they're placed in urns. But as Consumer Watch reporter Julie Watts explains, more and more people are now using their loved ones' ashes to help create living memorials.
Constance Flannery and her husband Owen were so smitten with each other, he proposed on their first date.
He said, you know, this is really crazy, but will you marry me? And I said, this is really crazy, but yes.
45 years later, they're still together, though their relationship has evolved. Owen, who died in 2014, was cremated. His widow used his ashes to grow this in her San Francisco backyard.
Everything looks good.
She did it with a Bios Urn, a biodegradable urn that allows you to live on as a tree after life.
Looks like a giant coffee cup that's made out of cardboard.
With ashes at the bottom, planting material, and a seed on top, you can choose to become one of a variety of trees, including maple, pine, ginkgo beech, and ash.
The bud is beautiful.
Bios Urn is one of a growing number of products intended to help turn loved ones, including pets, into living memorials. Memorials that cost much less than traditional burials and keep loved ones closer. The containers typically range from $100 to $200.
I figured, how could I go wrong, right?
Constance chose not to turn her husband into a tree. Instead, she chose a princess plant.
He would think it was very funny. He would love it.
He'd also likely enjoy that she's still taking care of him,
Like the coffee grounds I gave you?
showering him with love.
It's like going into a church in a way. It's like a sacred spot.
Now, for people who don't have a green thumb, Bios Urn is developing a tool called the InCube, and it monitors the plant's health and waters it automatically.
If you could be a tree, what tree would... But the big question is it legal to do?
You know, it is actually legal as far as we can tell. So we actually scoured a lot of California law. California law does regulate scattering and burying ashes on commercial property, but it doesn't say anything about private property. And a spokeswoman for the state's Department of Consumer Affairs says planting your ashes in your backyard is kind of a gray area. But we couldn't find any law that prohibits this. So as far as anyone knows, it's legal.
It's okay to do. Very sentimental.
All right, Julie, thank you.